It's about 20 minutes of silent sitting. I hope you're doing well today. Let the world flowing in you. I use this title because it's really kind of experience for me recently. Maybe same to you too. Let the world flowing in you. It's a beautiful allowance. The world includes the weather, the sunny day, the cloudy day, the windy day, the four seasonal changes. The world includes our relationships, our partner, husband and wife, our parents, our kids. You allow them to be. You let the whole world flowing in you. Just for the first time, you allow it as it is, as they are. You don't want to change anything. You have that full acceptance to what has happened, what is happening. You are at ease. It's like you're watching a movie we call life. So many characters in it. The central part is our family, our parents, our partner, our kids. The main character is in the family. You watch them play their roles. You watch them interact with you, with everything else. You know, behind all these activities and interactions, there's a mind. Your mind, their mind, everyone's mind. Once you can understand your mind behind every action, behavior, words, you can understand their mind behind their behavior, words, and action. If you could allow your mind flowing in you, you can allow their mind flowing in them. and you can perceive them all with a much better clarity and stability, and more important, a better understanding. Behind all our minds' behavior, and behind all their minds and behavior, there's a there are infinite, immeasurable karmic forces. That's the picture you see. The whole world is an organic, integrated oneness. No one can really independent from everything else. You watch this cosmic movie playing in you, in everybody else. Actually, it's in the also in the nature, in not only human beings but every animals, any beings, sentient beings. We're so interwoven in this dynamic, immeasurable web of life. But now you can allow it. You can let it be. Let everybody be. Let everyone be. Let everything be. For the first time, you don't want to interfere. You can really let go. With that letting go, actually, you see beauty of everything, everyone, as it is, as they are. A tree you are perceiving, is a beautiful tree. You know, in the tree, there is a whole cosmos. The whole cosmos is dancing in that tree, in every leaves of the tree. And when we are eating an apple, a red apple, we are eating the whole cosmos. Sunlight, earth, nutrition, wind, insects, everything in that red apple. You enjoy every moment of your life because you know how precious a red apple is, how precious a tree is, a human body is, a human mind is, even though it's awakened mind. Let the world flowing in you. Who is let who is letting the world flowing? What is letting the world flowing? You, a pure consciousness. For the first time, the awareness sees the contents of the awareness itself and can allow them play without interference, judgments, labeling, and resistance. It's like a conscious mirror sees its own reflections. It also sees, the conscious mirror also know that no reflection can damage, hurt, defile the mirror itself. That's an insight based on the calm of the mind. You see, the samatha and the vipassana is so related, closely related. Samatha means the calming of the mind. It's like a lake, a mountain lake. The surface of the lake becomes so tranquil because that day there's no wind at all, and the water can reflect everything in it, around it, and outside of it. So, in the same way, our mind can become that tranquil lake. Traditionally, we call it samatha. Once our mind becomes quiet, calm, we can reflect things as it is. Then, based on or on top of this samatha, the calming of the mind, you can reach vipassana, insight into the reflections, into the contents of the mind, and sees its essence. And Buddha called it emptiness. Emptiness is not a denial of existence. No. Emptiness does not mean nothingness. Emptiness is an insight or vipassana based on the samatha, the calming of the mind, that you see the essence of the phenomena world. Or in the analogy is the mirror and its reflections. Now, as a mind, we are conscious mirror that reflects every relationship, every content, every people, every memory, plans to do, and so on. everything becomes a reflection in the conscious mind, and you can see the essence of it now because you are so calm. Vipassana is based without the stealing of the mind. A true seeing cannot achieve. Imagine you're driving on a highway at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. How could you see the flower near the road or near the highway? Even you cannot see a clear picture of a tree because you're driving so fast. In the same way, an overthinking or overactive mind cannot see the essence of the phenomena world or of the reflection of the conscious mind. That's why samatha is necessary for vipassana. Samatha and vipassana in Chinese we say 定慧 or 止观. So it's related again to the Tiantai school. The Tiantai school is a Mahayana school developed in China around 7th century. First appeared in China around 7th, 6th century, then developed over centuries until now. But the essence of the Tiantai school is um, samatha and the vipassana. Calm in the mind first, then you see the nature or essence of the phenomena world. 止 and 观 or 定 and 慧. And we should practice samatha and vipassana equally, evenly. Also, it echoes with the sixth patriarch, Huineng's teaching too. If we simplify the Huineng's teaching into two words, that's the Ding and Hui. Ding means vipassana, calming the mind or stillness of the mind. Then Hui, wisdom or vipassana, based on the stilling of the mind. You can see the nature. You can see everything actually, including the mind, our body, our relationship, our memory, and everything. Just like a tranquil lake can reflect everything in it as a fish, everything around it as a tree, everything outside of it as a cloud or bird in the sky. You see, once you have this 定慧 or vipassana, samatha and vipassana, you are on the right path. And this path has no end. It grows and grows, grows and grows. There's no top ceiling for this understanding at all. That's called immeasurable, infinite or infinity. That's the meaning of infinity. But there's a bottom line. As a good students of awakening, I share my top secret here. There's a bottom line. There's no top line, okay? The bottom line is you can disidentify with the body and with the mind. That's the bottom line. For most worldly person, we identify ourselves as the body, the physical body. I'm this gentleman, this lady, this mom, this dad, and the mind. I'm a doctor. I'm a professor. I'm a cashier. I'm a engineer. These identities is a prison of prisons of the pure mind or consciousness. It's like the whole ocean just collapsed into one drop of water, and that water, that drop of water, identified as a little drop. No, wrong identification. The awakened one is using this body and mind to identify that I'm not this little drop. I'm the entire ocean of, in this little drop. That's the whole awakening process. And this is the bottom line. You can disidentify with limited the body and the mind. That's all. Once you can disidentify with the limited body and mind and identify with the infinite or the whole entire ocean, then you are free. And there's no top line from that freedom. You reach the field of infinity. You reach the field of immortality, infinite light, infinite longevity. That's basically the Amitabha means. You know, in the Pure Land, there's a Pure Land school of Buddhism, we chant the name of Amitabha, Amitabha. Amitabha means infinite night and infinite longevity. You are that infinite night, light, and infinite longevity or immortality. That's all. And in the Pure Land, in the Zen or in the Platform Sutra, they simplify the techniques to realize this infinity into two words. Again, back to the Samatha and Vipassana. Still the mind first. That's where meditation kicks in. Then, based on that stilling of the mind, wisdom will rise, clarity will follow, certainty will follow, trust, belief will grow. Confidence will grow. You know you're doing the right thing. There's no doubt, not even 1% of doubt. Doubt, is kind of obstruction in the path of awakening. If you don't believe your infinite light and longevity, if you don't believe you can be beyond this body and mind, how can you realize that you are infinite? You see, the mind plays a very important role. If you don't believe that thing won't happen to you because there's a blockage there. You close the door of seeing, of experiencing, of realizing. But once you remove that doubt or disbelief, you open the door. And this belief is better based on your practice, understanding, and the realization. It's your experience. Even though the knowledge is in the books, only when you experience that knowledge, it becomes yours. Let the world flowing in you. Have that allowance, openness, letting go. In the Buddha's eye, everything is okay. Everything is not only okay, it's actually already perfect and complete. Only an awakened mind sees the troubles, have the feeling of lack, incomplete. Letting the world flowing in you also means you feel at ease. Nothing really matters fundamentally. Nothing really matters because everything is empty. Everything as a phenomenal world or phenomenon is fleeting, transient, bubble like, morning dew like, shadow like, illusion like, lightning like. Stop. It's a quote from Diamond Sutra. But please don't go to another extremity because everything is empty, is bubble like, lightning like, morning dew like, shadow like, illusion like. So I don't care anymore. I don't even want to leave anymore. No, it's very hard for Buddha to teach the essence, to teach the absolute. The absolute is kind of unspeakable, inexpressible by words. because words is in a relativity, in a relative relation. An apple, once I said an apple, there's something not apple. Make sense to you? Once I say something, there's something that not like that something. Word is a section of the totality. That's why it's so hard to, to speak the unspeakable. Every word is a vibration in the silence. But every word the Buddha is saying is try to convey you the silence. You see the paradox here? But anyway, there's a wisdom of words. If someone or the master can stand in the fields of absolute, every sound, every word, every thought he fires is an expression of that absolute. Yes. Even though the words or the sentences, the gestures are in a relative field. That's called the wisdom of words. Okay, I think that's all for today. I kind of downloading some information from nowhere, kind of filter it, cook it. Yeah, it's like I'm cooking a dish. You grasp all the ingredients. You put your lots of flavors, Zen flavor, Tentai flavor, um, Buddhist flavor, any flavor, but all the food of words is try to send you a message that you can beyond any words, any concept, any body mind. That's all. Can you relay that information? Can you decode that information into emptiness? It's very fun. The whole internet is compressing and zipping and unzipping in terms of image, sound, or text, or whatever. So the mind is doing the same thing actually, downloading or absorbing, digesting then it becomes yours, and let that information flow. In the whole process, downloading, processing, filtering, digesting, cooking, you know, like putting different Legos, pieces Legos, and make a model, make a understanding. That's the intelligence. That's the beauty of human mind. You see, human mind is not a burden. It's not a disaster. It's a manufacturer. It's a factory. It's a, it's a receptor, receiver. It's a it's a factory. It's a cooker. It's such a beautiful realization. If you really understand the mind, you will cherish it instead of be distracted by it or burdened, prisoned by it. You can use it as a tool to decipher, to decode the cosmic mind. You use you use your mind to decode the truth. That's all. And the the pioneers of the awakener, as a Buddha, as a Jesus, they they zip their understanding in that information, in that word, a God or heaven or pure land or nirvana or awakening or enlightenment. They they zip the infinite information in that word. And now, as an individual mind, can you decode it, like open the box and find the essence of that code? Definitely, Stephen. If you really understand the mind, you will cherish it. Bien sûr. Uh, for most worldly people, they don't understand mind. They're more distracted by the monkey mind. They're more burdened, imprisoned, or you know, fooled by the mind. No, mind is a terrible master, but a beautiful servant. You see, Osho definitely knows the mind very well, and we can too. There's no difference between a master's mind. I mean, in essence, there's no difference between a worldly person's mind and a master's mind. No, as a human, we have this mind. As a dog, they don't. As a cat, they don't. The very, the very mind, no matter is seemingly troublesome, or awakening, no matter it's a troublesome mind or awakening mind, the very mind is the application of God. If you really understand what I'm saying, the logic, reasoning, calculating, memorizing, planning mind is the presence of God. In other words, we are in heaven right now. We are in the arms of Mother Universe, of Godfather, any name you want to put it. We are in that absolute right now. It's not far, it's not distance, it's not distant, it's not somewhere else, it's not sometime, it's not yesterday, it's not tomorrow. It's always here and now. The heaven is here and now. The heaven is the manifested in the mind. If we really realize it, how beautiful it is, how rich we become, how blessed we become, how fortunate we become. Nothing can beat this realization because it's eternal, it's infinite, it's here and now, it's not far, it's in every moment of our life, it's in every situation, in every seemingly unpleasant situation, in every seemingly pleasant situation. It's omnipresent, it's everywhere, everywhere. See that power of realization, the power of choosing is always here and now, but only when you letting go the limited body and mind, that's absolute or God resides, appears, not appears. It's like you just discover it. It's always here and now, but you discover it here and now. It becomes yours. It becomes you. We're so lucky. We've always been lucky, actually. But we found this luck when we lose this limited identity. We are tremendously being blessed and loved. Mother Universe is kissing us every day. Okay, that's the end of this session, I think. I'm self-talking, self-digesting, downloading, manufacturing the happiness here. So, you see, self-directing, editing, generating, beautifying movie we call life. It's So yeah, it's like you're sitting on the fountain in the fountain of life. It's like swimming out energy, information, love, compassion. It's crazy. It's crazy. And everybody is that coordinates of fountain of life. You know, every mind is the channel of the absolute or the universal mom or godfather. Every mind is that door or channel or orifice to the ultimate truth. Every coordinates of space-time is beyond space and time. You see? So beautiful. Wow. I'm so wise. No, it's not me. It's not me. I just felt like that. So thank you. Thank you. Mm, I know. See ya.